coming up in this read. They're just making a lot of unfounded assumptions about you. They see what you have, but they didn't see what that took you to get. Pisces, let's get into your July reading. Any information that you need, as always, you can find it all in my pinned comment and in my description box below. If you're cross-watching for a Pisces, then please switch over the roles, because I could be speaking directly to you. And please do keep in mind that this is a general reading, which means it is not going to resonate for absolutely everybody. You only take what's resonating specifically for you, and you leave what doesn't for somebody else. Okay, please also do respect the tarot and approach it with patience, an open mind, and without expectations. And finally, if you don't want to miss a video, then subscribe and stay notified. Okay, so Pisces, before I tell you this energy here, I'm gonna tell you what was coming through in your pre-shuffle. Okay, also, please do bear in mind, I'm not an astrologer, right? I read intuitively. If there's any budding astrologers out there who wish to use these cards for specific placements in their own chart, that's absolutely fine. You do you, okay? Whatever you feel intuitively is right for you, you go with that, right? I'm not an astrologer though, so that's why I'm reading intuitively. Right, so to get back on track, you pre-shuffle Pisces. Something to do with technology, communication, PCs, hardware, software, everything to do with technology. You need to take a lot of backups at the moment because there's something weird going on with your technology, right? Now this could be one of a couple of things, right? It could be a simple matter of someone sends you an email that you're not supposed to see. So it's like someone accidentally hitting forward all, or you doing that, you accidentally sending an email to somebody that wasn't supposed to receive it. Okay, so take your time around technology over the next couple of weeks. Check everything, double check everything, make sure email addresses are correct. Okay, you don't want any sensitive information getting into the wrong hands. That's the first thing. The next thing that was coming through was it's likely, and again, it's not going to be for all of you, it's just going to be for some of you, but the message needs to get out there. Take backups of everything that you're doing right now, because there is a saboteur around you, specifically using some kind of technology, deleting files, moving files, viruses, that sort of thing. Okay, so take the necessary precautions around all technology over the next couple of weeks. I feel that for a tiny handful of you, somebody could potentially be trying to get you into trouble at work. So say you work in an office setting and computers, you work with computers all day long. Someone doesn't want me to say this because my throat has just gone really, really freaky. I'll just grab a drink a second. So for those of you who work with computers, make sure you take backups of absolutely everything. Okay, put it all on a pen drive, whatever. Just take backups of everything. With the saboteur, it feels like you're being set up for something to make you look like you're incompetent somehow. Okay, so just I don't want anybody being paranoid about that. I just want you to be aware of the energy that was coming through in your pre-shuffle. Okay, be super careful around technology. Right, so what's coming out in your main read, you have Pluto transformation, and it says relationships ending or improving. So what Pluto does is it really it intensifies and magnifies everything that it touches. Okay, So Pluto being the planet of transformation, obsessions, power, there can be a power struggle. Somebody could be in competition with you, Pisces, which could well explain that saboteur energy that I was picking up on. It intensifies anything and everything that it touches. It's literally the dark side of feelings, okay? Endings and beginnings, resurrections, unavoidable changes. You can also find your personal freedom from any confining mindsets with this energy, okay? The end of the old, the culling of non-essentials in life, a profound rebellion and change in your finances. Okay, so how that change in your finances affects you is going to be entirely dependent on the circumstances that you currently find yourself in right now. So for example, if you find yourself currently struggling financially, then there's going to be a change to that, and you will find that finances will come to you a lot easier. For those of you who are doing okay financially, again, there's going to be a change with that. So you might find yourself tightening your belt for a wee bit. Nothing overly dramatic though, because you do have 6th house routine that came out right next to it. Now you could be dealing with a Virgo, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. We had Sagittarius energy that was coming out in your pre-shuffle, or you could have those placements somewhere in your own chart, okay? This is all about your duty, your service, your health, wellness, your routines, your workplace as well, your responsibilities, and how you're being of service to others. Okay, and it says you must change your usual way of looking at things. Changes and disruptions to your usual routine are likely, so go step by step with patience. So recognizing that whatever it is that you're currently going through, it's not going to be forever, right? It's not going to be this way forever. This too shall pass, okay? Temporary disruptions over the next couple of weeks. So again, see with that message about the technology that was coming out in your pre-shuffle, that could well be implicated as well, okay? So a loss of service, losing your internet service, losing your any form of communications that you use on a day-to-day service is going to be very, very unstable over the next couple of weeks. All right, so find alternatives, basically. Put a plan B in motion. Your job and how you work, your responsibilities and duties, yeah, we've already been through that. Analysing the situation, thought and discernment, and keeping things in order. Chop wood, carry water, yeah. So with these two combined, there's you're going to be called to doing things differently, thinking about things differently, problem solving differently, communicating differently. It does feel like big changes, but again, I'm not feeling negative connotations with this. I'm feeling that these changes are happening so that you can really tap in to your adaptability. You know, it's like it's that age-old saying of we never know how strong we are until that's the only option that we've got left. Well, we never know how adaptable we are until we're forced into situations where being adaptable is the only way forward. So that's what this energy feels like, Pisces. And it doesn't feel negative. It feels like minor inconveniences that is going to teach you a lot about yourself and how you handle yourself under pressure. Okay, right. So with that being said, I'm going to pull your tarot and we'll see what else is coming out in your energy. Again, any of the zodiac information that I give to you, please do keep an open mind, because they could be placements in your chart, they could be placements in someone else's chart, or they could be character traits of somebody as well. Okay, let's come in towards our Pisces collective, please. Okay, so the top ones did a nice big jump. Right, so that's the Queen of Swords, Libra, Strength, Leo, yeah, the Seven of Swords, Aquarius, the Ace of Wands, Fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, the Knight of Cups, Pisces, the Four of Swords, Libra, Queen of Coins, Capricorn. It's coming in towards Pisces, please. I'm going to find out in a minute what that Seven of Swords is, especially given the context of your pre-shuffle. It is alluding to that still. It's coming in towards Pisces, please. Okay, thank you. Two of Wands, Aries, the Ten of Cups, Pisces, the Tower, Mars, Aries, Scorpio, and the energy at the bottom of the deck is the Six of Coins, Taurus. Okay, right, so dominant signs, Aries, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, Pisces. That's the dominant ones. Okay. Oi, right. Okay, somebody is definitely in competition with you here, Pisces. Definitely. They're seeing, it's like they've got this assumption that you always get your own way. Now, I don't normally get that with the Queen of Wands energy. In your particular energy, though, it does feel that way. Someone is definitely jealous, right? I mean, they're sitting there going, Pisces always gets what they want in the end. Now, whether that's true or not, I mean, that's your business, but they certainly shouldn't be casting aspersions on your character like that, okay? It doesn't feel right. So, the reality is, Pisces, whoever it is that's making these sorts of aspersions of your character, they haven't seen what it is that you had to go through so that you could get what you currently have. Okay, and so like that, they haven't seen the hard work that you put in towards this success. Right, that they're just making a lot of unfounded assumptions about you. That they see what you have, but they didn't see what that took you to get. Okay, I mean, I can certainly see as well that you have been through a lot. You know, you weren't just given the success that you currently have. Right, you had to go through a lot to get to where you're at. You had to go through a lot of mistakes, a lot of heartbreak. I mean, it cost you. It really, really did cost you. So, I mean, for them to sit there and say, oh, Pisces just gets everything at a drop of a hat, it's completely untrue and completely unfounded. Now, this Tower, I feel, is coming from the individual that is jealous of you. Because, again, it came out right next to the Ten of Cups. So they see that you're happy, they see that you're successful, and that you're finally at this, it's like, it's really peaceful, this one. So they see that you're at this place of peace, and they don't like it. They're like, Pisces doesn't deserve that. Pisces shouldn't have that. So I'm going to do something to take that away from Pisces. All right. Seven of Swords, Four of Swords, the Tower with the Ten of Cups. It's pure spite. It's pure jealousy. I mean, I don't know how else I can describe it to you. So I did say that I was going to clarify that Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. So let's take a look. It's interesting that I would say the Seven of Wands, because that is about you having the upper hand. You feeling like you're under attack, because for the most part, you actually are. But you also have the upper hand as well. And I'm feeling that the upper hand that you have is the fact that you predicted that this individual was going to do this. Can you tell us about the Seven? Thank you. Yeah, Two of Cups. Jealous of your partner, jealous of your partnership, jealous of your lifestyle. Just, yeah, it's still coming out. The Knight of Wands and the Two of Wands. This individual feels slighted. They feel insulted by you. So I don't know if you left this person to be with someone else or to be by yourself. It was definitely a very unhealthy connection or attachment. They're still attached to you. Now remember, your first card out was the Queen of Swords with strength right next to it, right? So you are definitely going to have to put those boundaries up against that individual, right? The fact that they feel slighted by you would say that they feel entitled. They do feel entitled to cause you problems. All right. Really, really unfortunate. That is the energy that's coming out. Can you tell us about the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Cups, please? Five of Coins. Yeah. They feel that you pushed them out. You pushed them out in favour of someone else. Now, if this is at a workplace, then it's basically someone who feels entitled to your time, your abilities, your skill set, and it's like, how dare you go off and work for such and such? You know that we were rivals. How dare you be such a turncoat? And if this is about a relationship, then it's basically this individual feels like you picked sides and you picked someone else's side over and above their own. They definitely feel like it's personal. For whatever reason. Why the Four of Swords, please? Pisces. I'm under the impression that it was just simply very exhausting, you dealing with this individual. They were very emotionally immature. They just don't really think about other people's feelings. Like, they don't care unless it's something that directly affects them. And they don't play fair. They don't play by the rules. They do treat others very unfairly. And the Tower in reverse. It's interesting, isn't it? Because this is what they're trying to do to you and your stability and your happiness. They're trying to be as destructive as possible. But what's actually going to happen is it's going to backfire. A Tower in reverse. You dodged a bullet with this one, Pisces. Yes, to a certain extent, you do still have to deal with their BS to a certain extent, but for the most part, you dodged a lot of the damage that they could have done to you had you have stayed around much longer. Okay. Queen of Coins and Two of Wands. Why is this here, please, for Pisces? Thank you. Six of Swords and the Six of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. You're moving on. You're not stuck to the past. You're not remembering the past with rose-tinted glasses on. You do remember correctly about this individual, their attitude and what they're capable of, and what they're still doing. You're not being paranoid. They are doing exactly what you suspect that they're up to. They're doing exactly that. And if this is about a love connection, then they're trying to use someone else to make you jealous. If this is about love. Definitely. And tell us about this Tower, please, for Pisces. Thank you. Temperance and the Six of Coins. Yeah. Balance, patience and moderation with the Temperance. And then Six of Coins, that's an equal exchange. It can be someone being charitable, someone being helpful, someone being generous. You've been generous with your time. You've been generous with how many chances you've given this individual as well. You've been generous to them by being patient with them. You gave them a lot of chances that other people wouldn't have ever considered giving them. But there's only so far that your patience can be pushed as well. Yeah, High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. I do consider that as being one of your cards, Pisces. I do. You predicted this individual. You predicted what they were going to do. Yeah. You gave them the benefit of the doubt as well. When other people told you what they were like, you gave them the benefit of the doubt at some point. Then things started looking quite dodgy. And they basically ended up proving what other people were saying about them. They proved that all by themselves through their own actions. This is definitely showing me somebody who has turned against you. It's definitely showing me that. What else, please, for Pisces? I'm also hearing it wasn't a matter of if, it was a question of when. So it was inevitable that this individual was going to make you their new target, because that's their cycle. Like they cycle through people. 1 minute one person is their mortal enemy, and then the next week it's going to be somebody else that's their mortal enemy, and then like it just keeps on going. So it was never a question of if this individual was going to have you as their next target in line. It was always a question of when. So with that being said, Pisces, you can take a lot of comfort in knowing that come next week, someone else is going to be their mortal enemy instead. And they're going to be attached to being spiteful and disgusting towards someone else. All you have to do is wait. Okay, right, so you've got assistance with access. It is necessary to ask for and accept help in order to receive it. An inner integration. There is peace, equilibrium and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering effect that life has on us. Okay, I'm going to have to give you both of the full healing messages for this one. Right, so you've got number 10. to start off with, and 10s do pertain to completion as well. Okay, so your particular cycle with this individual is just about complete. Right, so it says, maidenhood is a time of limited autonomy. It is the budding stage of underdeveloped mental, physical and emotional capacities. That's an interesting turn of phrase to use. So, Pisces, you're dealing with somebody who is King of Cups in reverse. I mentioned it then. You're dealing with somebody who never developed properly, mentally, physically, or emotionally. Like, they are stunted at the age of about 14. Like, they never developed beyond the age of 14. Mentally and emotionally, and that's why they are the way that they are today. It is also a time in which there is the least distortion clouding our connection to spirit self. Conversely, the older we get, the more autonomy we have and the more estranged we are from our spirit self. So they had you going against your better judgment and your own intuition at one point as well. They had you disconnecting from your spirit self. Throughout life, we require the assistance of others, of circumstances and of the world in order to grow. Whether or not we like it, acknowledge it or accept it, a time will come when we cannot ignore that we neither can do everything alone nor have everything done for us. We must learn the middle way of active and receptive living with and amongst others in the world. Yeah, so someone who wasn't playing fair, basically. That they were expecting a lot of handouts, and I'm sure that we've seen that in your read before as well, where somebody was coming in towards you and basically expecting you to give them everything and for them not to do any work themselves, or it's not been pleasant energy for you over the past couple of months, Pisces. The maiden holds a key that illuminates her surroundings. She is pointing the key towards her chest, where she believes the lock to be. However, her conscious attention and desire are not enough to find the keyhole and unlock her way into all that is within. The maiden requires assistance to discover the full spectrum of who she is. This is the same for each and every one of us. Like the maiden, we all hold the key to ourselves and simultaneously remain in need of an interdependent relationship with others, with places and situations to assist us in accessing the full train of our spirit self. The maiden supports you through a time of asking for help and accepting it from those who are genuinely of pure source love and light. May you allow yourself the time to seek out those who are knowledgeable and willing to assist you in learning how to access and embody your full power and purpose. Okay, so basically attention is your key. Attention, pay attention to everything and everyone around you at this time, and question everything as well, Pisces. Okay, and number 40, integration. Throughout our lives, we go through many phases and versions of ourselves. We explore different roles, terrains, and experiences and company. At each stage of human development, we are mostly physiologically and psychologically attuned to the archetypal consciousness of either the maiden, mother, guardian, or crone. Broadly speaking, each archetypal energy is a life stage or cognitive window that shapes and contains the ways that we're capable of perceiving, processing, and engaging with life throughout that particular phase. Okay, so never be afraid to reinvent yourself if necessary, Pisces. So if you discover that you have taken on traits of that particular individual, it's not too late for you to change those bad habits. Okay, that's basically the shortened version of that particular message. And then the Crone's message: integrate what you love and what continues to resonate from previous versions of yourself. Live in the harmony of your wild throughout your tame. Yeah, so only integrate the versions of yourself that you recognize belong to you. So I mean, it can happen when we've spent a long time in the company of really bad people. We do tend to pick up their traits and their habits. And, you know, it's like we start, because we made excuses for their crappy behavior, we justify a lot of bad things, you know. And we can actually start to emulate somebody when we've been around them for so long. So any traits that you recognize that you've picked up from that don't belong to you, that actually belong to this really horrible, selfish, undeveloped individual, you can stop yourself from doing that. You can change that. Okay, so it's like you're not stuck with it, basically. What else, please, for Pisces? Power. Yeah. You see how that looks a lot like the Judgment card? You have the power. It's time for you to take your power back. Children. There could be something to do with children. There could be children involved with this. This could be in regards to one of your children, or this could be about your parent. Like, say if you were dealing with a toxic parent, you might have recognized that you have subconsciously picked up on some of their bad habits. And so you're needing to break that cycle before it's passed down to your own children. And then you've got retreat. Yeah, that's the Four of Swords energy. Stop, rest, rejuvenate, reevaluate, reconsider. It also gives you a time to analyze everything as well. You know, when we slow down for a wee bit, it gives us that breathing space where we can really think things through. Okay. It's also indicating that, yes, your instinct about retreating from that toxic individual was the correct thing to do. It really, really was. That was the first step in you taking back your power. What else, please, for Pisces? Okay, so that Be Free card is definitely wanting to jump out, which makes sense. Sour lemons. Didn't I mention that somebody was jealous of you, Pisces? Okay, make sure to let others have time in the spotlight. Allow them to shine. Sometimes we're triggered by another's success, but this is just an awakening in us of our own dreams and goals. So you triggered them, Pisces. Your time in the spotlight, your success, and your awakening triggered something inside of that individual that you're dealing with. And that is why you became their target. Because they don't like letting anyone else have the spotlight. And why? Because they're entitled. Allow others to inspire you and support one another. Their success is your success. Be aware of anyone stealing your shining moments and send Raven to highlight the healing needed and life plan ahead. Yeah. Damn. So I'm going to have to leave that one there, Pisces. If you would like to book a private reading that is more catered towards your specific needs, then you can place your booking at phoenixkeiatarot.com. If you do find yourself struggling in your relationships, or if you feel that you're struggling to find new love as well, then please do check out my recent interview with a relationship expert, and the link should be popping up along this side. And just go check him out and see if he can help you to achieve the relationship of your dreams. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and we shall speak again soon. Bye.